Hi, my name is Liz Hathaway and this is my astrological look at the week ahead, and that's the week starting Monday the 28th of September 2020. That's week 40 of the 52-week year. It's a strange sort of energy, I think, this week. I mean, if we look at the sun in Libra, I mean really Mars in Aries, those are the two positive masculine planets at the moment. The rest, now Mercury's in Scorpio and Venus will shift into Virgo at the weekend. Then for the rest of that sort of Libra, sun in Libra season, it's a very sort of kind of not very congenial weather, if you like, for the sun. Because there is just not, Mars is retrograde in the opposing sign, and there are no other planets in air there to create a sense of buoyancy, to lift us up. There's a lack of air, really. There's a lack of perspective. There's a lack of direction. And certainly here in the Netherlands, when we look at the energy around COVID, for example, it is that sense of lost our way, don't know where we're going, what is government trying to actually sell, what are they trying to do, what's this all about? It's not a very clear message. It's all very lacking perspective, lacking air, lacking vision. So it's a massive week this week, okay? Really massive. Why? Well, for a start, we have Saturn going direct on Tuesday, and on Sunday, Pluto goes direct. So the Juggernauts are sort of fully tanked now and ready to start moving again, start moving forward again. I call them Juggernauts because they're really heavy, weighty planets. And of course, the degree that they are now stationing in both these planets, they're going to be in that degree for a while, particularly Pluto. He can sort of be, more than a week, 10 days in the same degree and minute of a sign. So that's a lot of weight there. That's like a pinch there. You'll feel it. Pluto direct, the energy becomes very fraught, very tense, and Saturn direct as well. There's a sense now, as we come this week into the first of the 3 presidential debates in the US, that the Juggernauts have to start. The campaign has to move forward. The S has to hit the fan. I mean, it's that kind of a week, really. So what are we looking at here? On Monday, we do have an airy moon in Aquarius, which is nice, but Mercury is now in black and white Scorpio. Tell it as it is. Don't, prettify it. Don't wrap it up in fancy wrapping. This is kind of rough, raw language, really. It's the truth hurts kind of language. It's kind of going really for the underbelly, and it's invoking feelings. And as Saturn and Pluto move forward as well, what are we going to do with what's invoked? What's because this is kind of like of this year, we are in a way entering the birth canal now. We're going into that narrow channel of, Pluto, Saturn, Capricorn, Jupiter, this push outward, for the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius. This is a very fraught but very important time. Tuesday we have Venus trine Mars, which is somewhat alleviates the pain a little bit. Venus trine Mars. It's there is a sense, certainly in our own personal lives, in our own individual lives, of being able to communicate. Relationships get a bit of a lift there. Venus in Leo is very proud, very noble, very I am worth something. There's a sense of inner value. And Mars in Aries as well, in his own sign, it also has some dignity to it. So that trine, where that's falling in your chart, there is a sort of a lift there. There is a sort of trailblaze element. There is that ability to forge ahead. And then we have Saturn going direct. As I said, weighty, everything to do with planning, structure, goals, intentions, what we've been waiting to do for a while, know we have to do, but have been holding back on doing it. It moves into a next phase. So, look at in your chart, what house is Saturn ruling? Where is he in the chart? These topics, this area of life, there's a momentum slowly starting to build up, and a sense of closure maybe for some people in certain areas, and a sense of, as well, if you've been holding back on doing something, that sense of I have to do it now. This is the moment. This is the time to do it. Sun opposite Chiron also on that day. So there's a sense always with when Chiron comes into the picture, I think of aspects of a situation that are very much to do with, you know, you kind of sense it, you feel it, you intuit it, but it's not always visible in the outside world. It's very much, I find Chiron very much a shamanic sort of energy. It's very much the internal teacher, you know, what's your inner self telling you, you know, what's the voice. Your oppositions are difficult because there is that polarity and sometimes enmity. But on the other side, you could say as well, it's a kind of full moon aspect, so things become clear. It's a sort of a knowledge aspect as well. Knowledge is power, of course. So there's some power in that opposition. And then we get, you know, Mars square Saturn. You know, this is in a way, you know, this has kind of got a kind of a malignant feel to it. There's a kind of, these are the nasty guys, aren't they, of the zodiac, you know, the villains of the piece, if you like. There's a kind of, also with Mars in Aries, even though he is retrograde, there's still that predatory quality there. Mercury in Scorpio, Mars ruled, you know, it's waiting to strike, it's waiting for your moment. And you know, if we look at the energy around that first presidential debate, which is on Tuesday, on the day of this Saturn station, Mars square to Saturn, there is that sort of unconstrained quality to it. Yeah, there, certainly as well, if you think Mercury is opposite Uranus. So, you know, rules, regulations, you know, push them to the side. We're not going to play by the rule book. There's a rawness to it. You know, these are street fighters, Saturn, Pluto, you know, and they're both getting ready to take the gloves off here. So there's a sort of violent quality as well, I think, in the air there on Tuesday. Coming into Wednesday, not a lot happening there. Thursday's the full moon in Aries, gives Mars a boost even though it's retrograde. Don't sit on your anger, don't fester within. You know, this is a moment, again, oppositions are very much about balance and clarity, balancing your anger with loving thoughts and kind gestures and reaching out and being a friend and being sociable. Libra is very much about dialogue and bringing the sides together, which is very difficult, certainly in the US at the moment, I think. Friday, Venus shifts from that wonderfully exuberant Leo into much more demure, much more, shall we say, self-effacing, much more helpful, benign Virgo, one of the few female, human figures in the zodiac. Interesting shift there. Then on Saturday, we have the moon in Taurus, which is always in Aries, then in Taurus later on in the day. And then on Sunday, Pluto says, right, you know, I've done my work. I can move forward now. So there is a sense with Saturn and Pluto moving forward of breakthrough. It's almost like, you know, when you're having a baby, the waters break. There's no going back now. We have to, in that area of our life, we have to, you know, pass through the eye of a needle almost and come out of it the other side. Thank you for listening. Have a great week. Bye.